All right, now I'm pretty sure we all like going to the movies. To be honest, it's a privilege to do. I mean, going to the movies is like nowadays, like, I don't know, going out to a 5-star dinner, because going to the movies is expensive. Spending like $40 on 2 tickets, and then you gotta spend 50 on popcorn and drinks. Like, no, like last week I went and saw Backrooms, and I spent $40 on 2 tickets and so much more on the amenities. Like, oh my God, movies are just so expensive nowadays. I want to go see that movie Obsession, because I've been seeing it all over TikTok and YouTube, but I don't want to spend $50 on tickets. You know, like, I'd rather just pirate it. I'm joking, YouTube. I would never pirate movies. That's so illegal. But point is, we all like going to the movies. Let me know when the last time you guys went to the movies. But today I found a video called Gen Alpha is Ruining the Movie Theater Experience. So I guess it's going to be talking about how, like, immature kids are like ruining movies. Because if you remember during the Minecraft movie when they were like throwing shit everywhere, that was pretty bad, pretty cringe. And how people, like, all people do is talk during movies now. So yeah, we're gonna check out the video. It'll be linked in the description below. Go join the Discord and check out my main and gaming channel. And go follow my Twitch as well, because I do want to start up streaming a little more. I stream like once a month, but I kind of want to start it up, so go check out the Twitch. And yeah, let's hop into the video in 3, 2, 1. Let's check it out.
Do you guys not talk at all during the movie?
No.
I hate going with me.
They were making jokes. They were laughing as if.
Do you talk during a
Do you guys
movie?
not talk at all during the movie?
No.
I hate going with me.
They were making.
Do you guys talk during a movie? I am not a chatter. I don't go to the movies with anyone besides my girlfriend, but in the event that I do go with like my friends, I think I would talk a little more. But like, I mean, I might say a word every now and then, but I'm not like gonna be chatting it up in the movie theater.
Making
Like,
jokes. They were laughing as if the movie was a comedy, and they were just talking so loudly the entire time and not even bothering to whisper to each other.
My girlfriends and I went and saw the new Michael movie, and of course,
oh yeah, the Michael movie was great.
we had a situation happen.
Chicken jockey! God, Shavy was laughing.
Yeah, that's just.
It felt like I was in the middle of a middle school classroom again, full of annoying teenage boys.
This is now your average movie theater experience. I can't wait to see Obsession. Yes. Okay.
Don't spoil it. I know it's been out for like a month. Don't spoil it.
Everyone sounds.
I swear to God, if he spoils it, I'm clicking off the video.
Have you seen the latest film that's come out? Yeah. Okay.
I remember one time, I remember when I went to go see the Michael movie with my girlfriend, the guy beside me was trying to talk to me.
Ooh, this is a good show.
But he wasn't like chatting it up. He was just, you know, small talk. But yeah. I've never had a stranger try to talk to me in the movie theater. That's a little weird.
Quieter. Could you just wait? Hold on. Let me
Especially if it's like one of those late, like the movie theaters where they have the beds. Like,
get the title screen really quick.
No.
Oh. Okay. Oh! Shh. Could you please shut up? Please. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, people don't know how to act in movie theaters anymore, and it's getting really bad. And this conversation really isn't anything particularly new, because people have been complaining about people's lack.
I think people think it's like it's a meme. Like ever since the Minecraft movie, oh yeah, it's funny to be loud in a movie theater. No, it's not. And there's also just like this uprising trend of just being like a dumbass for engagement, and then just calling it rage bait. Like the people who would go in a store and then pretend to be workers. Like, dude, yeah, it's funny when you're on TikTok at like 3 a.m. But like if you're actually in that situation, like, dude, like stop. You're being annoying. All for the sake of rage bait. Or all for the sake of money, but
your etiquette.
I'm not seeing any of that.
At least the last 6 years. But what's interesting now is that it's not just the young being disruptive. It's all the hosts. Everybody just does not know how to act in movie theaters anymore. And it's really annoying. And I was really ready to make this a Gen Z centered video. Y'all know, if you've been on the channel before, I have no problem talking about that. But really, no one knows how to act.
Gen Z is getting older now. Like I think the oldest Gen Zs were like in their late 20s maybe.
The movie
Gen Alpha, like it's not even it's like people that are like 12, 13, people that can't even go into the movies by themselves
theaters anymore. And we really need to get to the bottom of why, because this issue has many
like people it's the little boys getting dropped off by their mom Come back in 2 hours. I'll be in the parking lot.
Layers.
Like-
First, we need to talk about what movie etiquette actually is. And generally, that just means being a decent person, not talking during a movie, not being on your phone during a movie, not recording the movie, or just providing your own commentary loudly, or
Recording.
or just generally
Recording a movie is insane.
being
work.
disruptive to everyone else's viewing experience. Which sounds pretty simple, but you'd be surprised at how rare that actually is to get in your average movie experience. And in fact, you'd have people arguing with you saying that like, oh, if you don't want to experience those sort of things, then watch the movie at home, which I think is just generally backwards, because the opposite should be true, because it's a public space. Meaning that there should be some level of public decorum. You're not in your house. You can't do
have some decency.
whatever you want. And if
You're gonna act like a dumbass during a movie, just watch it at home.
want to do whatever you want, you should be the one to be watching at home. And what really inspired me to talk about this video specifically requires a bit of a story time, because I am, in this case, a primary source. I have been slighted myself in the movie theater ring, because recently I've been really into movies. I've been going to the movies now more often than I think ever before in my life, just because I always want to see the latest releases, and the movies have been good lately. Like, I don't know. But this particular time last week, I went to go see the movie Passenger. And mind you, creator. So I decided to go during peak unemployed hours. I go at like 2:30 p.m. on like a Wednesday, where I'm expecting no one.
Oh, no, about 2:30 p.m. on a Wednesday. Oh my God, that's a crazy pull. That's like the most unemployed time ever.
To be there. And
No one's out except like, bro, I remember I went to my gym one time at like 3 p.m. on like, I don't know, a Tuesday. It was nobody. It was maybe 10 people in that gym.
Dude,
and I go to a big gym.
Show up, no one is there. And I get a theater all to myself, if not maybe one or two other people that are also on the same type of timing. So I'm sitting there in the movie, scared.
Someone sits right beside you.
Grab my popcorn, jumping at the jump scares, because that movie is also just very scary in and of itself. But 20 minutes before the movie ends, as we're getting to like the peak scary part, suddenly, like, and I kid you not, 40 to 50 seemingly high school age teenagers come bum rushing into the theater. And I really wish I was making this up. I was actually scared for my life, because I wasn't sure if this was some like PR stunt for the movie or if someone was getting jumped. But when I tell you it was 40 or 50 teenagers running through this theater with their phones up, flashes on, talking, yelling, and laughing loud as hell. And we're all just trying to organize themselves into seats.
Yeah, it's just corny.
And I'm just kind of like, what is going on here? Like, when I tell you these people are
it's rage bait, bro. It's rage bait.
loud, like they
It's rage
are
bait. Like, bro, just stop being corny.
screaming.
All you're doing is
They're
following
yelling
TikTok
at each
trends.
other. They're throwing popcorn. I feel like I'm in a movie myself. And they essentially ruin the last part of the movie, because like I'm not able to really hear what's going on in the movie theater. It's bright as hell now because everyone's flashes on, trying to find their seat, trying to like record the moment, like having like a movie takeover moment. Come to find out later on is because they all were in the wrong theater. They were supposed to go into the theater next to ours. But like they say, context clues people. Like maybe the kids are not all right, because how do you walk into a theater that actively has a movie playing and not realize that you're in the wrong theater? And even if, let's say, like they showed up late, why would you still roll in 40 deep loud as hell like that, knowing that the movie already started? I don't know. Nevertheless, it was a very bad experience. And in fact, it was so bad that the manager of said movie theater came out after the movie actually finished and was like, hey, everyone that was here before, you get a free refund. Which was tea, because I got to see at least like 75% of that movie uninterrupted and got a free movie out of it. But like, it just kind of speaks to the level of just movie theater etiquette deprivation that we are currently in as a society. And while most offenses that people talk about online are not that egregious, they're still by and large pretty bad.
It's not a concert,
And no,
man.
in grand scheme, it's not that serious. Like, it's a movie. But unfortunately, like most things, it is actually that deep. And we need to talk about why and specifically how we got here. And I truly believe there are like three.
What's the point of paying for a movie if you're just gonna scroll? Like, if your attention span cannot endure a movie, dude.
To talk about why and
Holy
specifically
hell.
how we got here. And I truly believe there are like three main reasons as to why movie theater etiquette is just so bad. Like, why does no one seem to know how to act in public? And that leads me to one of my first reasons as to why the theater experience has just gotten so bad. That's because of the streaming era's impact on just content consumption as a whole.
Yes. No one
People
has
have gotten overly accustomed to the streaming world, and
like, I mean, I even suffer from that. I'm not suffer from this. It's my own fault. But like, sometimes I'll watch like a show and like I'll watch 10 minutes of it and then I'll watch Instagram Reels for like 2 minutes and then I'll go back.
Being able to watch whatever, whenever, and however they want from the comfort of their couch, bed, or just own private space. And that means that since the streaming era, and especially since 2020, people have gotten overly accustomed to just showing up however they want when they're watching content. In the comfort of your own home, you can eat however loud you want. You can yell at the TV or the movie, ask questions, provide your own live commentary, and generally be on your phone without disturbing anybody else. And I can understand on one hand that being a sort of muscle memory thing that people need to break now, but also I think for a lot of people, especially older people, the time spent in the streaming era is a lot less than your time outside the streaming era. So for the oldies out there, I don't understand why you're acting like this, and I don't understand why y'all pretend like y'all just don't know how to act in movie theater, because y'all were there during the founding eras, the golden ages of the movies. Now for younger people, and by younger people I mean specifically younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha,
Yeah, they're from the era they used to throw tomatoes at people
have a
performing.
little bit more grace because there isn't really that social training. There isn't as much understanding as to how you're supposed to act in a movie theater.
Well, that's why you don't let your 8-year-old go or your 12-year-old go to the movie by himself with his group of friends. Like, they're just going to be a nuisance.
And I think part of that is due to really just dampening everyone's social skills, as well as social media's impact and how people are taught and trained to consume content. For the first one, it kind of relates to the previous point about like streaming era. Young people that were most affected by COVID socially.
Why is he bleeping out COVID? He
did
just said it without bleeping
not really
it out.
grow up or were socialized as to how to act in a movie theater, because no one was going to the movies, and by the time they were going to the movies, most movie theaters were empty regardless of the time of day. Like, there's been that whole push to get people back in theaters because people just weren't going to movie theaters, meaning that you were essentially getting a larger screen version of whatever you're streaming personally at home. So you're kind of allowed to kind of run amok because there just aren't as many people in theaters and there aren't as many people to disrupt. And I think another aspect of it is the social media of it all, because you see these trends happening directly at movie theaters of people dressing up, making content, trying to intentionally be disruptive for trends. Like, I think of like the Despicable Me trend where people were dressing up in suits for like the Minions movie, I think, or like the Minecraft movie where people would go and wait for Jack Black's character to say chicken jockey and everyone would go crazy and throw popcorn everywhere, and like a whole bunch of other trends like that, like, or even like, I don't know, like people with the Taylor Swift movies, like
It's funny, like,
crazy and throw
to an
popcorn
extent.
everywhere.
Dude, I would be
People
so
would go
pissed.
and wait for Jack Black's character to say chicken jockey and
Like, what the hell?
Everyone
Throwing popcorn
go crazy
everywhere.
and throw popcorn everywhere, and like a
Imagine having to clean
whole
that
bunch of
up.
other trends like that, like, or even like, I don't know, like people with the Taylor Swift movies, like the Michael Jackson movie, go up and directly interact with the screen, having different chance and interactions and having content like that.
Are they
Michael Jackson
dancing
movie, go up
in
and
the Michael
directly
Jackson movie?
interact with
This is not a concert, man.
the
This is a
screen,
movie.
having different chance and interactions and having content like that go viral, both somehow sensationalizing and normalizing that behavior in your average everyday movie theater. And I know it sounds kind of crazy to just say like, oh, the media is really corrupting the kids, which, yeah, that's a valid critique. But on a more real note and a more sociological note on how social media is influencing behavior, the way that we consume and interact with media now does kind of inform how we show up in movie theaters. If you think about it, in the 6 years since lockdown, the reaction content vertical has exploded online, with people flocking to watch people live react and commentate over different forms of media, different forms of TV, sort of getting that movie theater experience from the comfort of your own home. So if your normal way of consuming content, whether that be TV shows or movies, is by doing like watch-alongs with different streamers, different YouTubers, different social media people, giving live commentary and being disruptive over shows and media that you're watching along with them, yeah, you might start to think, especially if you don't have an abundance of prior experience, like real world experience of what movie theater etiquette is supposed to be, you think like, oh yeah, that's normal to do, or oh yeah, that's okay to do. It's okay to like talk during a movie. It's okay to ask questions during a movie. It's okay to overly react because that's what you're seeing other people do on your screens. And
Only way you're allowed to talk during a movie is if you rented that movie theater out by yourself. If you spent the $1,000 to have a full theater by yourself, then you can chat as much as you
using
want.
the behavior or saying like this is like the
Be as loud as you want.
one solid reason as to why people just don't know how to act in theaters. But I think these things don't exist in isolation, and they can contribute. And specifically in regards to people being disruptive with their phones during movies, I think the largest, I'd say, factor behind that has to do with the rise of second screen viewing at home.
Probably.
Now you may be asking, Rumi, what is second screen viewing? Well, second screen viewing is defined as the practice of dividing your attention between a primary video source like a television and a secondary electronic device, typically a smartphone or a tablet. And typically when we're talking about second screen viewing, we are referencing things like how storytelling and how like people on the back end have shifted the way that stories are being told on screens to accommodate for people not giving their full undivided attention to whatever's on the main screen they're looking at, and making stories and dialogue digestible enough for someone to understand what's going on and still enjoy the media that they're consuming without having to pay full attention to it. But I think this also does have another unintended effect in that it implies a shift in general viewing.
It's like watching TikTok while watching a movie while playing a game. It's like, oh
according
my
to
God.
YouGov, nearly 2/3, 64% of Americans estimate that they spend at least 5 hours a day looking at screens, including 10% who say they spend more than 12 hours a day looking at screens. Adults under 65 are more
12 hours a day. I mean, like in front of me right now, there are a bunch of screens. I'm sitting in front of a big TV. I use a TV. If you guys don't know, I use a 48-inch OLED TV as my main display. I have a camera, and there's also a screen on my camera that I can look at myself. My lens is right here. My screen is right there. I have my phone here. I mean, a big part of it is content creation for me because like this is my job. Not this channel specifically, but like, you know, my TikTok and my main channel are my jobs. That's how I pay bills. So it's like I kind of have to, you know, when I'm making TikToks, I have to, you know, do research and you know, use my phone. But like, I don't know, man. I feel like if you aren't a content creator, it's probably easier
likely than older Americans to spend at least 5 hours per day looking at screens. Like, just think about it. How many times when you're like watching TV or like even watching this YouTube video, if you're watching it on a TV or on your laptop, do you passively scroll on your phone while you're already engaging with a different form of media? Like, it's like that kind of sensory overload.
If I was watching this by myself and weren't recording this as a YouTube video, I would have looked at my phone about 5. I mean, I have because I'm getting calls from random numbers for some reason, but
just kind of hits right when you're looking at multiple screens at the same time. And that unfortunately is translating to the movie theater because it becomes a force of habit. It's like that craving for stimulation. Like if you're in a movie theater and you are used to when something is on screen, you are on other screen, you're also going to translate that in movies. And again, this is by no means an excuse. I want people to stop doing this. I need people to retrain their attention spans to not need to look at their phones or to scroll while they're in the movies because you shouldn't need to. And it can wait. But this is just showing how behavior has changed.
Scrolling on TikTok in the movies is insane.
And speaking of behavior,
especially when it's playing, like if it's not the pre-rolls,
the stuff that's going on in these movie theaters is just a microcosm of what's going on generally with the rise of things like asocial behavior becoming the norm. Like
what's asocial mean?
Social behavior becoming the norm. Like it's becoming a lot more normal to kind of reject or not comply by social norms, and not in like a progressive, like we're pushing the culture kind of way, but like in a regressive kind of ooga booga kind of way where like the basic things that are upholding human societal structure across the board are just being ignored, not out of principle, but out of ignorance.
Just be a normal human being, man. This isn't your living room. It's a shared space. Respect it and the people in it.
Like we see it in the way that people show up in conversations. We see it
clean up after yourself, man.
The way that people show up at concert. We see it, of course, in the way that people have been showing up in movies. But the way that people show up in conversations. We see it in the way that people show up at concert.
She just snatched her bra off.
We see it, of course, in the way that people
throws it into the crowd.
People have been showing up in movies, but people generally are just in the way that people show up at concert. We see
that dude just snatched
in the way that people have been showing up in movies. But people generally are just being more
throws it in the back of his Tahoe.
Fish.
Takes off.
Partaking in pro-social behaviors less and less because we're subscribing to individualist mindsets more and more as opposed to collectivist mindsets. It's like the whole mindset of like, oh, I paid for this movie ticket so I can show up however I want in this movie. Like, I spent my hard-earned money on this so I could just do whatever I want. Or like at concerts, oh, I bought this concert ticket so I can be as loud or as obstructing as I want because it's my experience. As opposed to considering like, yeah, I bought this ticket, but so did like everyone else in this space. So let's be mindful and considerate of everyone else so we can all have a great experience.
To the point where it's like, we hear you over the performer on stage. We hear you over the audience, over the crowd. Like, we are now locked into your individual concert, which also is like, is not good because it's like, you're not performing, right? You're not singing. You are literally releasing a banshee screech from your lungs. And it's rude.
And I think that this issue is just bad for everyone involved. It's bad for the people that want to have a decent experience.
I feel like if you go to a concert, I mean, it depends on the type of music, but I mean, like, I've only been to one. I'm going to a concert in July, so next month. But I think that if it's like it depends the vibe of the concert. If everybody's being loud, I mean, you can be as loud as you want, man. Like, but like being like annoying, like running into people. That's another level.
At the movies, and it's bad for the theaters themselves because As I mentioned, theaters have been struggling to get people back in seats. It hasn't been up until very recently that movie theaters have been starting to see like booms in attendance again. And a large portion of that demographic that's bringing back that boom are Gen Z. It's young people leading that charge and wanting those physical spaces to connect and to engage with film and media again. And I feel like the industry-wide push that has been going on to get people back in theaters sort of has been having an inverse effect. Because at first they were lowering prices and extending their deals to get as many people in seats as possible, which attracted, of course, younger people to go and want
they need to lower the prices some more.
Watch movies because it was cheap and a way to engage with media.
Everybody need to lower prices
and be a part of like the cultural conversation because movies are pop culture. But as of now, prices have gone back up, as have the prices of everything. Tickets are hitting like $15 minimum. Snacks will cost you an arm and a leg. And some movie theaters, depending on where you live, charge for parking. Like, it is now an investment to go there. And if you're going to be spending all that money just to not be able to really enjoy
parking
movie that
you gotta pay, what movie theater you gotta pay for parking, bro? I'll walk.
I'll
park at the Walmart across the street
to attend.
Walk across the
people
street.
Are going to stop showing up, and especially in times like this where money is so tight and we have to be really stringent and mindful of what we spend our money on. If things don't change, movie theaters might lose the main demographic that is driving their resurgence. Like, I went to go see Backrooms.
I don't want movie theaters to go out of business. I think that'll just lead to streaming companies just like upping prices, and then you have to buy the service and then buy the, like Amazon Prime, but that shit's so dumb. You have to buy Amazon Prime, and then you have to buy the stuff on Amazon Prime. Like, Netflix is the only good one, man. Like Paramount Plus is good too, but like there are a few. It's like then you gotta get it with ads or without ads. It's like, oh my god, can we just go back to the golden era, man?
By the way, amazing movie. Loved it. Definitely recommend you go see it if you can and if you're going to be mindful. But even during that movie, it was like a packed house, which I tend to not like to go to because of things like this. People were talking throughout the entire movie all around us.
It felt like I was in the middle of a middle school classroom again, full of annoying teenage boys. Would not get off their phone, would not stop Snapchatting in the middle of the movie, straight up having their flashlight on in the middle of the movie, moaning. Saying stupid little catchphrases.
Moaning is crazy.
In synchronicity.
I remember I was in middle school. People used to do that. Or not people, guys. Guys are the only sex that think that's
quiet
funny.
Moment. Can you guess what movie? If you guessed The Backrooms, you would be correct.
Someone was quite literally on their phone in the row ahead of us scrolling on TikTok. Like, what is going on? Like, you got people on their phones scrolling on TikTok and on Twitter live reacting to the movie and filming the movie and making tweets themselves so that other people can engage with them while they're also in the theater. Like, it's just so insane to me that things have gone.
Uploading it to some like pirated site.
And not to be the conformity police. Like, I don't want to be like super like holier than thou, but there is a reason and a time to be polite and courteous to others. Like, I know y'all love to say that y'all don't owe each other anything, but like in public spaces, we do owe people courteousness and politeness, and to be mindful of ourselves and how we're showing up in these spaces, because that's just basic human decency. And the easy answer and the easy fix to all this is to just lock in. Like, put your phone down, stop talking to people, and just watch the movie. Talk about it after.
Learn how to not be obsessed with
Check your phone after, or if you have to take it, leave the theater. Because not to seem uptight, but y'all fucking the brand up. Although I will say, from like a movie theater standpoint, it would be to like have a disruptive screening, like, you know, to make a specific screening for people that want to like react and have their moment.
That would be cool. That's a good idea.
A time for people to
a live movie. There's a live movie in a movie theater. You can't talk in a movie theater, but you can act a fool in a live movie. That's a good idea.
All do that so that we can relegate people that want to have that vibe and have that sort of community, because sometimes that's fun. Sometimes a watch along is fun, just not all the time. Let's have people opt in as opposed to opting out. But yeah, if you're going to the movies, shut
video.
Shut up.
If you're going to the movies, shut the fuck up. All right, love that guy. That was a funny video, man. Funny video. This guy's funny. Definitely have to check him out again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Go check out this guy. It'll be linked in the description below. And next time you go to the movies, don't be a nuisance. You heard what he said. Don't be a nuisance. Get off your screens. Learn how to be a decent human being. Go check out my other channels. Join the Discord. Go follow the Twitch. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, deuces.